My name's Don Donis, Battalion Chief for the City of Pasco. The rear department, anywhere from 5,500 to probably 7,000 calls now a year. We run, right now I believe we have around 75 to 80 paid personnel. Well, we are in southeastern Washington. A lot hotter, a lot drier. A lot of people think of Washington as Seattle area where there's a lot of rain. We don't get a whole lot of rain here, and during the summer we have temperatures in the mid over 100 degrees, and it can get up to 115 usually for a little while. Some of the challenges we have in our department is we have three rivers real close. We have the Yakima, Columbia, and the Snake. A lot of rail and highway traffic that brings hazardous materials through the area, and we have a big train yard in Pasco. I've been with the Pasco Fire Department 28 years. Most gratifying part of the job, I guess, would be just to know that we're helping our community. Whether it's the mayor of the city or transient population we have, it's basically our job to help people. We run EMS, which is about 80% of our calls, 85% of our calls, and fire. We also have a technical rescue team. We also have a boat due to all the water that we do have around. We have a boat team that goes out and helps with stranded boats, difficult weather issues. We have is extreme heat, and we do get a little bit of snow usually during the winters. So we do have the 4 full seasons here. The gratifying part of the calls, I guess, is just helping people. Normally, through the 28 years I've been here, we average usually 1 really big fire a year, where we use multiple agencies around. We have a very good automatic aid agreement between the other departments to supplement the bigger fires that we have. The last few years it's been, we've had pretty mild winters, but we've had a lot of growth, a lot of rain, that type of thing at the certain times where the weeds are growing. In this area we had a major wildland incident. The winds around here on any given day could be 30-40 miles an hour sustained, with gusts higher than that. Just unfortunately, we did have one of those incidents in our neighboring fire department where it was a wind-driven fire, pushed it up into some very expensive houses around our area, and basically every fire department within 40 miles of here was here trying to help everybody. The incident just went from a very small fire off the highway to a major fire that we lost. City of Kennewick, I believe, lost 5 or 6 structures, nice houses up on the hill, very expensive houses. We have a lot of wildland fire stuff, grass fires, fast burning fuels, and the worst calls, I guess, for everybody, including myself, would be just the children that we go out and take care of that get hurt or don't make it. That's the toughest calls that we have to deal with. Fortunately, we've also got a program put together in the department now that's helping us deal with a lot more issues. In the last few years, the trend in our industry is kind of moving that way, taking care of the firefighters and the paramedics that have to deal with tragedies on a daily basis. And we're finding that it's a lot more helpful. The PTSD syndrome is more prevalent through the fire service than anybody ever thought. One of the good things about this department is in the last 5 to 10 years, we're getting really proactive on everything that is kind of the new up and coming things. One of the things with the E1 engines that we just put into them was a hot water washdown, so we can wash down at fires to get the carcinogens off of us before we take our turnouts off. And that's kind of the industry trend right now, to be able to do that, to have less exposure and less chance of cancers.